What up, y'all? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday, another good day. Had the Heat plus 2.5. That was my top play yesterday, outright winner. Nets plus 12.5. Ended up getting to the window with that. That was a winner as well. And Lakers Pacers over 237.5. That was the best bet for the show. I believe they got into the 260s. So clean sweep yesterday. And man, you know what? That I didn't check. I guess the pressure's on today. The pressure's on for 45 because I'm gonna go and and just double check what 45 did yesterday. Bear with me. I'm gonna do it live. How about that? Because like I said, the combo deal that we've had every day we've been winning. Whether he carries me one day, I carry him one day, we both win. So let's see. Mr. Rob Veno, the pressure is on. Yesterday in the association, looks like Vino went. He had one loss. Loss was on the Clippers team total over. Or no, the Clippers and Raptors over. He had a winner on the Lakers over. What did I say? I said, I bet you Vino will be on the Lakers and Pacers over. The same with me. And that's why I used it as best bet for the show. Knew it. He also had the Dallas and Denver over. And this is why where I miss Rob Vino, because I like that play. And if he would have talked about it, it might have got me to open up my wallet and join him on it as well. But hey, Vino, great job getting that winner. And he had another winner in the NBA. Clippers team total over 114.5. So it looks like a three in one day in association from 45, a 3-0 day from 23. That Vino and Skee combo. Hey, we've been putting in some work lately, man. So shout out to my guy Rob Vino. He's still probably enjoying himself and will be back home soon. Be back with us next week. Let's take a look at the chat before we get started. Jeff, he says, keeping on a hot streak. Great work. Best NBA capper, no question. I appreciate the kind words. Hopefully we can keep it going. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm here now, Glenn says, best show in the game. Appreciate you. Hopefully we, do our best to just bring you guys some information, maybe some winning bets, whatever we can do to help. So I appreciate, you guys sharing that you enjoy it or that it helps you. All right. Cal in the building as well. A lot of good people, a lot of original suspects and or original people in the chat. I don't know how to call it right now. I guess I'm blanking out. But Mark in the chat, JoJo in the chat, a lot of people, usual suspects in the chat. All right. 3 games, a lot smaller card than yesterday. We'll start at Kings and Orlando. And I guess I should have already had this queued up. That is my bad here. So for the Magic, they opened as a 15-point favorite. Looks like 15.5. Total went up from 229.5 as high as 231. Suggs is questionable. Black, Isaac, and Franz Wagner are out for the Kings. Clifford, Keegan Murray, and Westbrook look like they're all out for this one. Malik Monk back in the lineup for those Kings. That could be a big deal. Looking at it a little bit more, this is the third game of 4 nights for the Magic, 4th and 6th, I believe. And the Magic, I mean, they've now lost how many games in a row? Let me just count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've lost 6 games in a row. They're in free fall. I mean, they desperately need wins. Absolutely desperately need wins. But I can't expect them to come in here and cover this big number as poorly as they've been playing. Granted, some of these games were versus good opponents. Most of them actually versus good opponents, but they still lost to the Pacers outright as double-digit underdogs. I mean, that just doesn't sit right with me. And they were at home, so I just can't trust this Magic team right now. As bad as the Kings have looked, you know, I mean, they're coming off of a 44-point loss. They got some guys back in the lineup, or at least a guy back in the lineup. I would be looking towards the Kings here. I mean, we just saw the Nets, who we cashed a ticket with yesterday, who have been getting blown off the earth, game after game after game. But, they lose by, what was it, 30 something? You get a little bit of effort, you get a little bit of pep in your step, some pride kicks in, and the Nets played a close game yesterday. I think that's what we can see from the Kings. So I would be looking towards the Kings in this game. Appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate you, Mark. I don't know, however you guys can be successful, I'm down for that. But I appreciate the compliments or the kind words from everybody there. What is this one? Insigne. Hopefully I said that right. It says Magic gonna beat up on the Kings. I mean, Kings. A lot of people been beating up on the Kings. The Magic been getting beaten up on by everybody though. I can't trust them. All right, we will look at the next game. That is Pelicans and Pistons. Opened up 6-point favorites for Detroit. It is now down to 3.5. Total open 225.5. I see it as high as 227. We'll get over to the injury report. For the Pelicans, Murphy is questionable. They did upgrade Murray, so Murray's in. But Murphy is a big deal. For Detroit, you have, let's see, Duran, Green, Duncan Robinson, Marcus Sasser, Sar Thompson. They're all probable. So it looks like a good amount of these guys are going to play. You do have Tobias Harris questionable. He's a little bit of an older guy. Maybe he will sit on his back to back. No Cade, no Levert, no Stewart. Well, if you like the Pistons, it's nice to know that, at least three of the starters who you might worry about on a back to back are probable. You could still get Tobias wrote in too. Um, what is this here? Talked about the back to back for the Pistons. That was also an overtime game. So right away, it's not an ideal spot. It makes sense why the line drops from -6 to 3.5. You expect some people to sit, et cetera, et cetera. This is the first front end of a back to back for the Pelicans. They play the Raptors tomorrow. Um, you know, 1+1, that would say to go with the Pelicans, just based on the situation and the spot and the injury report. I would say to take the Pelicans. I mean, the Pelicans have been playing good basketball, right? I mean, they've covered. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I know they've been covering a lot lately. Let's see if I can get some numbers. I look at last 5 games and last 10. They're 4-1 ATS their last 5, last 10, 9-1 ATS last 10. So I'm not tripping. This Pelicans team has been on fire against the spread, and they're still giving you all. They give you 6 as an opener down to 3.5. This is just one of those situations where if you've been around, you know how I feel. Like they're begging me to take the Pelicans. I feel like Pelicans have covered 9 out of 10 games. The Pistons on the back to back after overtime, and you're still catching, more than one possession. I feel like they're begging you to take that, and I don't like it. I do not like that. I obviously understand the situation, you know, definitely a New Orleans spot, but I still just in the back of my mind think, I mean, this Detroit team, what are they now? 8-3 without Cade so far this year. They still can compete. I mean, they showed it versus the Lakers. They've shown it all year. This is still a good team, and I feel like right now they still want to prove it. Um, Let me look at the standings for Detroit because I feel like they could be in danger here. Let me just double check. I mean, 72 games in, 10 games left. They're ahead of the Celtics by 4 games. I mean, if they don't start winning, they keep losing. Celtics can absolutely take that 1 seed. So I think there's a sense of urgency to continue to win while Cade is out. And I will look at Detroit. I would look towards Detroit in this one, actually. I know most people are going to look towards New Orleans, but I would, and you know what? I'd probably bet this one. I think it's going to go back up, honestly, because you're going to get 3 of the starters rolled in, and the other one is in the air. We'll see if he's rolled in or out. Or you don't know if Murphy's going to be in or out, but you imagine. I would trade if I'm Detroit. I would trade Tobias Harris out for Murphy out. I'll be happy with that. I think you get a good effort from Detroit. I really do. Let's see the chat. Please tell me you're on the Pelicans. Big Black says, what is Dutch gonna say? My guy on my other show, I do. Um, I think honestly, you might be surprised. He might have a little bit of respect, just a little tiny bit of respect after they, took them to overtime yesterday. But I could be wrong. Glenn says Pistons with no rest are 10-2 straight up. Dropping Dime says Pistons 5-0 against the spread off a home loss. Two good stats right there. I know, probably a lot of them with Cade, etc., but still a good team. Like I said, still a team that probably has some urgency right now. Jojo says Jenkins been hot. Yeah, I like him. Nice guy says Detroit starts slow. Okay, maybe if you like the Pelicans, you might like to look first half. That could be something there. All right. Guys in the chat don't think the Celtics can catch them. Hey, it's up to opinions, but it's possible. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying it's possible. And what I think their thought process is for tonight. Last comment before we move on. Let's see what this one is. Miami yesterday made me win $1,000. Thanks, Skee. In Mexico, that's gold. Hey, I'm glad you could cash out and have a great day, bro. Absolutely. Let's see if we can get something out of this last one as well. Knicks and Hornets opened up -1 for the Knicks. Looks like a flip of favorites. Hornets are now -1 or 1.5, depending where you shop. Injury report. I did refresh. So McCullough is questionable. McBride and Shamet are out. Connaughton is questionable for this Hornets team. Let's get to some situationals. Actually, my bad here. Situationals. I don't see anything crazy rest advantage wise. You do have the Hornets playing their 5th game of at least a 7-game homestand. That's what I see so far. And the Knicks heading on the road after 2 games, beat the Pelicans, beat the Wizards. Knicks have not been playing the greatest of competition lately. But they've been, just like Atlanta, they've been beating majority of the people who are in front of them. So, they're playing good basketball. You can say the same for the Hornets. Hornets haven't been playing anybody either. I mean, when you go down the list, they played the good teams like the Spurs they lost to them. They did beat the Celtics, granted, but I think that Hornets have looked really good, mostly because teams were overlooking them for most of the season, and then because they had a favorable schedule. I think that the Knicks, in my mind, yeah, the Knicks need wins. The Hornets, actually, let's pull it up. Let's be specific here. The Knicks are half a game behind the 2nd seed, 3 games in front of the 4th seed. So yeah, definitely they can potentially still move up. So important for the Knicks. On the other side, Pelicans, they've been eliminated from playoff contention. I get it, they're covering point spreads, etc. I'm sorry, Pelicans. I say Pelicans. Hornets. Still thinking about last game. Hornets, ninth in the East. They are, I guess they hold the tiebreaker from Orlando. It doesn't look like they're in danger of falling out the play-in, but between the 9th and 5th seed, they're separated by 2.5 games. So there's still a chance to get out of the play-in. So you should get a good effort from both teams. And I think like that, it makes me disagree with the total going up. I would think you get a more defensive game. And I'm not sure how good the Hornets are. They've looked good. They have. Absolutely. They look really good lately. But I'm still just not sure how good of a team they are. I still think New York is better. And I think New York would want to show them, hey, we're the real deal over here, not you guys. So I think the Knicks or under are ways to look in this game. Let's look at the chat before we finish up here. Jojo thinks it's a statement game for the Knicks. Mario says Hornets are not beating any good teams either. Anything else here? All right. Think we're pretty good. So let me go ahead and get to some of that good old promo, right? So we do have the buy three, get three free, comes out to 6 days for just $69. And, it's a great way to get involved. Check it out. See if you want to, be involved for a longer period. Maybe you want to check it out and say, hey, let's see if I want to rock with this guy for the playoffs or not. I've been doing well though. I feel like we've had at least at least three straight winning weeks. And so far this week, what are we? We are 4-1. So it's a good way to be involved. If you want to do a longer term, if you maybe already tried the buy three, get three free, if you want to do a year pass, you can get the all access pass for the year. It comes out to under $4 per day. And let's say if you were to get mine, you could get a 25% bonus coupon and go use it on Rob Veno. Check him out as well. If you say, you know what, I'd rather just rock with Vino and Skee. Like, let's just get all of the winners. I mean, Vino did go 3-1 yesterday in the NBA. I went 3-0. You can get double the NBA court vision 3 days for just $59. And man, I keep saying it, but I don't think we've had a losing day since we've started this promo on the show. So those are different ways to get involved. And man, you know, I do my best to give you guys best bets, but this is a day where I cannot share simply because the one bet that I've made so far is a 5% play. And it's not right to have the big ticket and people are buying it and then just come on here and give it out to everybody for free. So my top plays have been good. I've hit 21 of my last 28 as far as 4% or higher. And like I said, one is going tonight. So if you'd like to be involved, you can find it over at WagerTalk. And I told you guys my opinions on the games. That would be the best that I can do for today. Tomorrow, I'm pretty sure we'll have, yeah, it looks like we have a much bigger slate. I can probably do a little bit more sharing. So best of luck, everybody, on all your action. I do appreciate you guys tapping in. I appreciate you guys sharing your insight and just supporting the show. Everything. I appreciate you guys in the chat. I always want to let you guys know that. So, yeah, best of luck on all your action, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow.